Welcome, everybody. This is Mr. Storm, and this week we're going to focus on adding media to our web pages. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways to add some media to your web pages. This is when it gets real fun, right? Because we're going to add video and audio to our web pages to make them a lot more interesting. Let's take a look at the two different ways we're going to be doing it. First, let's say you have the actual files that you want to upload, right? You have your MP4 file or AVI or whatever file format for your video is going to be appropriate. And, you know, obviously you can look at the W3 Schools links that I gave you to see what file formats are appropriate. But I have this web dev intro video that I'm going to, oh, I'm going to mute it so that you don't hear me talking over top of myself. But this is, the first video in this class. I actually have the raw video here, and I'm going to just upload that onto my web page. So let's talk about how to do that. Well, it's actually pretty easy because what we need to do is we need to create a new video element, right? So I'm going to type video, and that's a new video element. We need to give it a couple of different let's give it a couple of different attributes. Let's first set the width, and we'll set that to be 600, and we'll set the height to be, I don't know, 300. That sounds about right. And we want to give it this extra attribute called controls. That allows us to control our video, pause, play, turn up the volume, turn down the volume, scrub through the video, that kind of stuff. We want those controls. All right, now inside of our video element, we want to give it a source. So source, and the source is going to be src equals and web dev intro.mp4. Right, and that is the actual file that I'm pointing to, right? webdev_intro.mp4. And the type of file it is, I need to indicate the type because the web browser is going to need to comb through its codecs to find if it has the right codecs to play back your audio or your video in the proper way. And the type is going to be video/mp4 because this is an mp4 video. All right, so now just with that little bit, I should have a video that actually is able to be played on my web page. So let me pull up that web page and pull it over. And absolutely, I have a video here, which again, I'm going to mute that. And when I play, you can see if it does, come on, it's shy. But I can scrub through the video and I can play, and you can see that it's actually going through the video and playing the video for us on our screen. We can even do things like maximize the view so we can see, the video in full full screen mode. All right, let's talk about audio. Now you will be surprised to learn that audio is literally just the same. It's pretty much exactly the same. What we do is we type, instead of a video element, we type an audio element, audio. And we don't actually need to specify the height and width on this. These are pretty good. But we do need to give ourselves some control. And we need a source, and it's going to be src equals, and the name of my audio file is summer.mp3. Okay, and I need to give it a type, and the type is audio/mpeg because it's an MPEG. And that's it, right? That's it. So I'm going to save that, and let's reopen our web page here. Let's refresh, and we'll see what we have. So now we have our video player right next to our audio player, and I can actually, ooh, that's very loud. But anyway, so that's our audio. And we can put as many audio tracks on our website as we want and give our users the ability to scrub through it and play it and listen to it. So what happens if you actually don't have the files, right? Because here we're actually pointing to real files that actually exist on my hard drive. Let's say you wanted to embed, I don't know, a video from YouTube. Well, let's find a video on YouTube. Luckily, I've already found one that I really like. It's this Neil deGrasse Tyson video. I love Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's the best. And this is probably one of my favorite speeches ever. If you have time, definitely watch the video. It's for sure it's worth it. It's called "This Speech Will Change Your Life." Find it on YouTube. It's a great video. But I want to embed this in my website. Now, the cool thing is, YouTube gives us this ability, right? And it gives us this ability through an HTML element called an iframe. So if we, oh, let me explain what I'm doing here. Down here under the YouTube video, there is a button called Share. And if you click Share, you'll get this menu. Now you can just copy the video itself, but that doesn't actually help us. What we want is we want to embed this video, and it will give us this option. Now we can scrub through and we can tell it to start at a specific time. We can set other options here. But all we really are concerned with is this code right here. And this might look familiar. This right here is HTML code, right? And if we just copy that information, we just copy that code, we can go back over to our website and pop that in. And what this is this is called an iframe. And an iframe allows us to create a new box on our web page, and inside that box we can put another web page, right? So this is just allowing us to pop in this YouTube video into our web page. So I'm going to go ahead and save that and then refresh my page and see what happens here. And great, I have my Neil deGrasse Tyson video. It's right there. I can play it and scrub through it and actually watch the video. And I can even click this button right here to go to the YouTube channel or the YouTube page where I got this video from. Okay, let's talk about audio, right? Let's say I want to find an audio track and I don't actually have it on my computer. Well, there are plenty of websites that allow you to find audio. Um, this SoundCloud, if you've not used it before, it's a great website. I love using it. Use it all the time to find cool music. I just did a quick search for James Taylor. James Taylor is one of my favorites, and I found, a couple. I found a Carolina on My Mind, which is one of my favorite songs, and I can actually embed this into my web page as well. So I'm going to click Share, and here I have Share or Embed. Again, I'm going to click Embed. And I have my iframe code down here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And I can set the height and the width here. I can do all kinds of stuff here. I can change this all around. I'm going to go back to my web page though. And I'm going to pop this iframe in below my YouTube video. And I'm going to save it and refresh my page to see what it looks like. Oh, nope, wrong one. Refresh my example page. There we go. And we'll see what it looks like. Ooh, that's crazy. It's going very, very far across the screen. But it actually works, which is good. So actually, let's fix this problem where it's going too far across the screen. Let's go into my code here. And let's dig through this code, this iframe code. Well, it's actually pretty easy. The option's right there. It says iframe width 100%. That's meaning this item, this iframe, is going to stretch across 100% of my screen. And I don't actually want that. Let's set that, instead of 100%, let's set it to 700 pixels. And then we can have, we have all these other options we can look at. But that's really all I want. And let's go back to here and let's refresh the page. And now you can see my SoundCloud embed is actually a lot better. It's not stretching across the entire screen, and again, it still plays. So those are some options for embedding media into your web pages. Use those skills to embed media into your web page, and when you're done with that, your web page will be finished. Your first term a personal web page is going to be finished. Next week, your project is going to be to build a brand new page on a specific subject from the ground up using all these skills. But this week, let's get some media on our web pages, make them interesting. And at that point, I would start showing it off to family and friends. Show them all the cool stuff that you've been doing this term. But I'm going to shut up and let you get on with, learning more about HTML media, take the quiz for the week, and then work on your assignment. So thanks for paying attention, and I will cut it here. Bye.